state of the economy.
It'll be unashamedly mainstream and there'll be unashamedly strong opinions.
You say it's a contradiction, Chris. I don't accept that it is.
Join me for Viewpoint, live Sunday nights on Sky News.
Welcome back to Small Business. Well, wondering where to turn when getting into business in Australia? There are many options out there, but where do you start when you want to get a solid footing in a recovery economy? Well, David Pryor, the founder of local yoghurt manufacturer 5am, seems to have found the answer. Sky reporter Harry Frost spoke to the self-titled Real Yoghurt Dude and asked him about his strategy as he began his business journey.
You know, I think one of the things that attracted me about as food when I was examining a number of different businesses to go into was that I felt that in Australia one of the things we do very well is food. You know, you go back to pure economics and, you know, what are the areas of specialty for a company or for an organisation or for a country. And I think, you know, in Australia we're not that good at manufacturing. That's been proven out, and we lose manufacturers, it seems, by the week. But food is something we're very, very good at. You know, we've got a great, clean environment. It's a brand for us. Australia is a brand that is represented into Asia as a place, as a food bowl. And I think that, you know, for me to be able to take our product and put it on the shelves in Singapore and Hong Kong and Malaysia, you know, it's something that I'm enormously proud of. You know, I was in Malaysia just a month back and I was walked into a supermarket there and to see the 5am brand sitting on the shelf in Kuala Lumpur, it's fantastic, it's rewarding, and I feel it's something that as an Australian company we can stand up and be amongst the best there. You know, we were next to a French yoghurt, for example, and I know we're as good as those guys at that. There's some industries where we're just not as good as other guys, and there's many obviously where we're better, but I believe in food we are better.
What about European market?
Europe's not a focus for us. Our focus is Asia and the Middle East, so we're in Dubai as well. There's a couple of reasons for that. The first, proximity. I mean, we're in the Asian region, so they're our partners. You know, you can air freight a tub of yoghurt into Shanghai in less than a day. Yeah, sure, it's expense, but it's time is very important. And also I think the European market for our products, which is organic yogurts and organic granolas, is quite developed. There's a lot of competition, there's a lot of good brands, and I think their desire and thirst for Australian produce is not as strong as it is in Asia. The Asians, I believe, look to Australia as a source of good quality produce and food, so our focus is very much on Asia.
Looking locally again, your products are on the shelves of Coles and Woolworths, and we see the ongoing price war between the two companies, both competing to offer the lowest price to customers. How has your company weathered that challenge?
You know, I mean, our product, one of the reasons I think we've grown so quickly, so to give you some context, when we started we were doing about 30 tonne of product a week, and at the moment, now we're averaging 200 tonnes, so we've grown sevenfold in 3 years. I think one of the reasons for that is that our product sells at a price not dissimilar to a non-organic product. So whilst it's a premium product, it's not like you find some organic produce and ingredients are double the price of conventional. Ours is nothing like that. It's less than 10% more expensive. So price is something we've put a lot of focus in keeping it relevant for the consumer. But what I've found with the supermarkets is that if you're providing them with an innovative product that's different for them, different for the consumer, and provides value to the consumer, then they're not that focused. It's not all about price and always driving you down. They're quite happy to support you, and you know, I think once you get into that highly commoditised product, whether it's water, whether it's milk or flour, bread, then there's that whole thing of constant price pressure. But as I said, what I've found is as long as you're providing value to the consumer and bringing innovation to your category, then price is not the sole driver.
As you say, the manufacturing industry is a sector where we see job cuts every week, particularly in Victoria. How will your company fare with this? Will there be job cuts at 5am?
No, in fact, totally to the contrary. So as I said, we started in March 11, and with me and my secretary were the only two people here, and today there's 80 of us. So in 3 years we've created 80 jobs, which is enormously rewarding, and a great part of what we've done has been that being able to build a viable work in this sort of local environment. So it's something we're very proud of. So I can only see that expanding and growing. Even if we make capex to improve the way we do things, I don't see that at the cost of jobs. We're growing, thank God, thankfully so quickly that the workforce will be over 100 before the end of this year.
What is it about your company that makes it different to other manufacturers?
I think that comes back to our offering, in that, as I said, for example, if we were doing a heavy industrial, like a steel-based project, and then you're up, or even some packaging companies which are really being smashed by Asia and by China in particular, that you just don't have that competitive advantage. But I feel like we're in a space where we have the competitive advantages. So, I don't lie awake at night worrying about Chinese food being sold here. I know it happens, but I believe that we have the potential, in fact, to take our products there, and that because of that we're in the right space. So whilst there's manufacturers that are going through a difficult time, I believe that for us, as long as we keep relevant and we keep innovating, that will only ever, that will continue to grow.
David Pryor, thank you for speaking to us today on Sky News Business.
Thank you.
Time for a quick break here on Small Business, but when we return, innovation and research in the private healthcare space and how a certain small business is making a difference. Stay with us.
Because I'm sponsored,